Hi, my name is Ethan Stearns, and I work at MWM Interactive. We're going to have a fun tour through some old prototypes from Maskmaker today to kind of show where we started. So, oftentimes when we start a game, we start by prototyping in what we refer to as gray boxes. A gray box is a very simple level with no real final art in it to just get a feel for the game, get a feel for some of the ideas for the puzzles, etc. Here is our first prototype for Maskmaker, where we're kind of in the middle of a puzzle here, where the player is needing to put on different masks, go into different rooms to discover pieces of masks that they can use to solve puzzles later in the game. Here we come back to kind of what was originally the workbench in this prototype. As you can see, very rudimentary, really early stuff, but it still works. It was fun, and finding the fun in the game is like the most important thing to do during prototyping. We knew once we had that, we were going to have a great game. Okay, so next we're going to look at building the mask. Here we have what the game looks like today, which is beautiful, atmospheric, fun. All the tools work really well, but it didn't come here easy. It took a lot of prototyping for us to get a sense of what was going to work in the game, all the different pieces, how the masks were constructed, how we wanted people to paint. You know, it takes a long time to figure these things out and make them feel really solid, especially in VR. So let's take a look back at what it originally looked like. So at one point in prototyping, we were looking at this idea of dipping masks into colored basins to just paint parts of them. So you could dip it in here in blue and then change the color and dip another part, and you could create these really great variations in the mask. The only problem was it was very difficult to be precise for things we needed in puzzles later. Next here we're going to look at the hand painting, which had made it all the way to the end of the game, but you can see here's like an early prototype of us painting the masks. And then finally, here's another prototype we had done at one point where you would actually grind up the pigments for painting the mask. This was kind of cool and fun, but eventually was cut because it just added extra steps to the process that we didn't feel were needed. So here we are, back at the experience in the final game. And you can see, I mean, we started with these prototypes and how we crafted and painted these masks. And where it ended up is this really fun, intuitive, and creatively fulfilling experience that is in the final game of Maskmaker now. Once you're in there and you're sitting at the workbench, it really feels like you're there. You really get caught in this moment of creation, and it's a wonderful part of what VR can do within games.